Hey, so I just made this video. Like, I literally just made it. It was 7 minutes long. But I watched it before I uploaded it, and I just wasn't happy with it. I just didn't like it. So here I am, remaking it now. Just for you, my beautiful subscribers. Dog shit on the ground, want to step over that? Okay, alright, I'm good. So, Doom 2016 is better than any game released this generation. And that's fact. And that's a fact. Just like that meme. And that's a fact. Now, why do I think that? Why am I saying that? There's a lot of good games released this generation. So why would I choose that one? So if you don't know, if you don't watch my channel, which you should, Doom 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games ever made. Particularly Doom 2. I don't know if I consider Doom 1 on my top list, honestly. Doom 2 is just, even though they're basically the same game, Doom 2 is just bigger and better in every way. Like, the new monsters are way better. I love the new monsters in the game. They add so much more to it. The super shotgun is one of my favorite guns to use in a game. And then you got the much better level design. Now, there are some levels in Doom 2 I don't fuck with, but most of the time they're just fucking great. And then you got Doom 2016, which came out over 20 years later. We didn't really get a Doom game since then, besides Doom 3 and Doom 64 if you count that. Personally, I do count that. I think Doom 64 is its own game. I don't see why you wouldn't, because it's a completely new game for a new platform at the time and had completely new levels and a completely new story that was a sequel. I don't know why you wouldn't, actually. What the fuck? What the fuck? How is Doom 64 not a new game? Anyway, because if you don't know, when Doom 64 came out for the Nintendo 64, it got pretty mixed reviews. They were like, the game's good, but this is just another port of Doom. How is it another fucking port when it's a new game? I don't have the answers to that. You'll have to find out on your own. That's hashtag gaming journalism right there. Beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, back to Doom 2016 and how this game's the best. That fucking guy mowing his lawn, that's intruding on my video. Hey, fuck you! Nah, seriously, he can do what he wants. He can do what he wants. This is my video, and I'm just gonna have to speak up because of it. So, as someone who loves Doom 1 and Doom 2, Doom 2016 is exactly the kind of game I was expecting. Like, or not expecting, but wanted. You feel me? Because, like, nah, I don't really got to say anything else. Doom 2016 is, like, it's exactly how Doom 1 and Doom 2 would have been made today, I feel like. Not would have been made, because honestly, there's a lot of verticality and shit, a lot of jumping, a lot of platforming in Doom 2016. And in the old school Doom games, you couldn't jump. Or you couldn't even look up and down. So, I mean, like, yeah, like, they're different games, but they're the same games. Doom 2016, for me, is so faithful to the old Doom games. And as someone who's a big fan of the old Doom games, I love them. Not them, it. The game, it. So, no, Doom 2016, it. And then, so, it's good for, this game is great for Doom fans. That's what I'm getting at. And not only is it great for Doom fans, it's great for people who love old school shooters. If you don't like if you really were sick of the fucking military FPS games that plagued the late 2000s and early 2010s, this game was a breath of fresh air for you if you didn't like those. If you preferred old school FPS games in the 90s and early 2000s, you loved Doom 2016, you would have. If you didn't play it, you would have. And if you did, you did. And then, not only is it good for Doom fans and old school FPS fans, the game's also just a great modern first-person shooter in its own right. Like, it's a modern game. You could tell it's a modern game with a big budget AAA game. But it doesn't fall for stupid fucking cliches in the genre. And really, if you've never played a Doom game, you can just hop right into 2016 and play it and love it. So really, this game can appeal to like anybody without sacrificing depth or fun. Because, like, there's games that appeal to everybody, and these games are children's games. Like Fortnite and PUBG. Those games are for children. They're made to be simple and accessible. They're for kids. And Doom manages to be very accessible while still having a lot of depth and being challenging in its own way. And, like, how many other games can be that? I mean, actually, there's a lot of fucking games that do that. What the fuck am I talking about? But really, Doom 2016 just nails everything. Like, it's just good in every way. That's partially true because there are problems with the game, but they're really small, and I couldn't even tell you them off the top of my head. Like, I would need to go back and I would need to be playing the game right now to tell you the small problems that I'd personally fix. But they're just small gripes that I have. So yeah, I really do think Doom 2016 is the best game released this generation. Hold up though, because Doom Eternal is a low-key even better. But that game just came out, so I want to give it some time to sit and chill. Because like we've had 4 years to think about Doom 2016, and I think at this point it's the best game released this generation. Like, what other games could it be? The Witcher? No, I've already talked about that. Fuck no. Breath of the Wild? Okay, that game that's a fair option, but no, that game's not nearly as accessible. It's only on 2 consoles. I almost said 1, so I had to stop myself. It's only on 2 consoles. And then just like, what other games? I can't really think of any. Tell me games that you think qualifies best of the generation. I guess one people say would be Bloodborne, but that's the same problem as Breath of the Wild. Not accessible. It's only on 1 console. Now, it is the most popular console by far this generation, but still, like I said before, the best games are not only on 1 console, with some exceptions. And those games are not the exceptions, I feel like, at all. So yeah, tell me games that you think could be considered best of the generation, because there's a lot of good games released this generation. But I feel like a lot of them aren't as good as last gen games, or especially the one before that, with the PS2 generation. That's just my opinion though. Just like how I think Doom 2016 is the best release this gen. Because it is. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Deal with it. Anyway, goodbye.